big mess up this offseason with Jimmy Garoppolo, the way you see it, Dad?
Yeah, as an outsider, I see it really clearly. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but I'm not going to get into the whole thing because we've done it a million times. But I'd say the number one problem, because they didn't get rid of him and he was still on their payroll, when it came time for free agency, they couldn't be as aggressive as they wanted.
Yeah.
They got a lot of players for special teams. But Iggy, I've heard you talk on your broadcasts that aside from special teams, the 49ers are not quite as good as they were last season. They had holes they needed to fill, and they didn't do it because of Garoppolo. That's a screw up. And it's not Jimmy's screw up, it's management screw up. It's a big deal, and it may come back to hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, they're transitioning to a new quarterback who's very inexperienced and young. You'd like to really give him as good of a team as possible to help because you don't know if he's going to be a success. He could be a total failure. We're going to talk about that later. And what they did was, they got better on special teams. They got better at cornerback. They got worse at strong safety. They got worse at nickelback. They got worse at nose tackle. They got worse at right tackle. They got worse at left guard. I mean, and they've already said, like, well, this wasn't our plan A. We expected to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. He kind of bamboozled us with this surgery, whatever. They're on plan B, and it's not a great plan. It's not great.
Who even knows what plan B is?
Plan B seems to be hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo and hope a team gets desperate enough to trade him. I think there's one team left, Carolina. And so Carolina is the 6th pick, and the Niners are kind of hoping, well, if you don't take a quarterback there, you're going to want Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think what the Niners are probably going to try to do is pay the Panthers to take Jimmy Garoppolo off their hands and give him a pick. It's like, here, we'll pay most of his salary. Take Jimmy. Can we have a pick, please, so we can tell people we won?
Yeah.
And so the pick will be next year.
Is, rather than being proactive, they're leaving their fate in another team's hands.
Carolina.
That's really weak. It's a hope and a prayer. I want to come back to my main point, though, Iggy. They need a nickelback. They need clearly
strong safety.
They need a better offensive line because they're going to probably be playing someone who's virtually a rookie.
Yeah.
They could have addressed these issues had they gotten rid of Jimmy. So again, this is, you can call it a screw up, but it's a lack of vision and determination by management. And that's serious.
Absolutely. I mean, and it raises all these questions. Do you really believe in Trey Lance? Is he not ready? Are you not in it this year? Do you think your chances next year? All these questions, and the Niners haven't addressed any of them. John Lynch talks in 6 days, and since there's no first-round pick, I think he's going to have to answer a lot of big-picture questions at this pre-draft press conference.
Here's what I expect from John Lynch. He won't answer anything.
He'll smile.
He smiles. He's articulate.
He'll say, "That's a good question, Grant."
Yeah. But he won't. Yeah, he uses names. He must have gone to a seminar and they said always use their names. Yes. But he's not going to tell you anything.
No, I'm going to say, hey, John, it's been reported multiple times, most recently by ESPN, that Trey Lance has received private indications from the team that he's going to be the starting quarterback. Is that true? What do you think he'll say to that?
Well, we're not associated with the ESPN. I don't know where they get their information from. If we wanted to say that Trey was our starter, of course, we would announce it publicly. And I would be sitting in the room and thinking, I don't believe a word you're saying.
He would say, we have so much confidence in Trey Lance. We really believe Trey Lance. He's got so much upside. And, he's going to have an opportunity to go out there and attack it and compete and like every player on our team. And Anyway.
Another question for him could be, I was on my is this a podcast we do? Is that what you call it?
Sure.
I was on my podcast and I was talking, and my guest said one of the problems with not getting rid of Jimmy is you couldn't address key needs on your team. How do you feel about that criticism?
I like that. That's a good
question. I got to tell you, the media, and I'm not only talking about sports media, the media in general has become very timid.
Yes.
Very, very complacent.
Yeah.
You see these presidential news conferences, and basically everybody's always cheering Biden as if he's Franklin Delano Roosevelt. You know what I mean? The only one who ever puts him on the spot is this guy from Fox News. I know people hate Fox News. I'm just talking about as a journalist. His name is Peter Doocy, and he asks Biden, tough questions, and Jen Psaki, tough questions. And they're always pissed at him. But what he's doing is what a journalist should do, to speak truth to power. And that's what I always tried to do, and that's what you want to do, Iggy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gregory says, good to see you, Lowell. You're the GOAT. Love listening to your takes. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you so much, Gregory.